Welcome. This is Shakti, your host for today and online astrologer. So as usual, I want to give you a little idea of the energies coming towards you this month. So we will be talking about the sun moving in Aquarius and how you can ride that wave and take advantage of it and which actions to take. This video will be relevant for you just for a general overview for the month if you want that, but also it is teaching about the Aquarian qualities in general. So if you have any planets in Aquarius, Sun, Ascendant, then you will enjoy this, because at the end of the video I actually come to very practical suggestions how you can really take those Aquarian energies to the highest level of manifestation. My intention with these videos are to inspire you about astrology and to help you to make better decisions in your life and to enjoy your life more and become more self-conscious. So the next step for me, my intentions and my goal for this year is actually to teach an online class about astrology, beginner astrology, 6 following Saturdays. If you miss one, there will be a recording. So if you want to take this forecast information a little deeper and you want to learn really a little more about astrology and why it works, how it works, and signs and planets and houses, then let me know and you get the information. The plan is to start with that in April. Okay, I take you over there to the PowerPoint presentation now. I hope you will enjoy and let me know how you like it and how you live your Aquarian energies. I live for your feedback, my dear. Okay, see you over there. Welcome over here to the mysteries of Aquarius. So we will have quite some Aquarian energy this month, all of us, because the sun is in Aquarius and the new moon, January 30th, will be in Aquarius. So we will have on the consciousness level and on the emotional level, we will have to deal and use Aquarius energies. So the sun will be moving into Aquarius January 19th at 7:51 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Just to give you a brief overview, we will be talking about the sun moving into Aquarius January 19th and what that means. We will be talking in depth about the Aquarian archetype and personality. So this is interesting for anybody who has any planets in Aquarius. And then especially interesting are the practical suggestions, how you can ride the Aquarian wave, the energy, the force field, and how to take really advantage of those energies. So also we will have the new moon in Aquarius January 30th. We will have the next full moon in Leo February 14th. And then the last new moon squeezed in Pisces February 28th or March 1st, depending on where you are. This is Shakti Carola Nevrin. I am an online astrologer, what means living on this little tiny island in Hawaii, Maui. I'm doing 80% of my work online with people all over the world, and I'm really having fun with that. So I have been doing astrology for 35 years. I'm a published author, and I'm doing these different forecast readings throughout the month for you to get a general idea of where the planetary energies are and how to ride those waves. But of course, as an astrologer, I know how much more in-depth the information is you get out of a personal birth chart reading. The art of astrology is really about knowing about what's going on in the heavens and how that correlates with us down here, and how we can use that knowledge, that wisdom, that consciousness in a helpful way. So the art of astrology for me is using those archetypes and symbols astrology presents us with to have a choice. So we can avoid the lower manifestations in favor of higher, more conscious choices we are presented with in life all the time. I think the Aquarian archetype is one of the more interesting one to discuss, because maybe because I'm biased, I have my moon in Aquarius in the 11th house, but maybe it's because Aquarius as a forerunner, as the one who's outside the mainstream, is the one who pushes evolution forward, who carries that potential for breakthrough to a whole nother level of being. And I think that we all really need that quality in our personal life and in general. But I find it very exciting and interesting. So Aquarius is a sign of air, not of water, as some people think. And it's a third sign of the air signs. And it's a sign in general representing independence, individuality, and genius. So the Aquarian personality is ruled by the planet Uranus and is personified by the archetype of the revolutionary spirit. So we're looking at the Aquarius personality as an archetype for the rebel, the revolutionary. If that happens in the area of research, we have the scientist who's pushing the boundaries, who is the inventor, the one who goes ahead of the crowd. And also with the Aquarian personality, we're looking at the truth sayer, the one who is ahead of the crowd and dares to think and say things different. So that's not always a very liked rule, so it's often actually dangerous. So Aquarian people in general carry the quality of becoming a role model, becoming a forerunner, because they are not as much part of the crowd as on the outskirt and guiding the crowd into the next step of evolution. So without Aquarian qualities, we would all sit still in the caves. And we also associate the Aquarian personality with what we call the exile. So this is how Aquarian people often feel, that they, because they're so open to those other dimensions, they feel like they don't quite belong. They feel exiled. The journey of Aquarius is a journey of individuation, of finding that freedom of self-expression through thought and action. So what I want to learn to get over is the need for approval. So they need to find that inner guidance and not the guidance from outside, what other people's good advices have to tell them. So for Aquarian people, it's often very helpful to work with personal goals, to have long-term plans, strategies, and in order to survive their kind of strange-minded alienation, it's very important for Aquarian people to find allies, to make friends. I think you have to have some Aquarius in you to really truly appreciate the Aquarian spirit, because with their way to truly think out of the box, being different than the mainstream paradigm. For some people, they might look like virulence, like people who should behave better and fit in better. So for me, having my moon there, I think it's a very lovable and interesting quality to be different and inspiring for others. An aspect of Aquarius often forgotten in new astrology is that Aquarius is not only ruled by Uranus, but also by Saturn, which is the old ruler. And Saturn has a lot to do with your goals, your focus, getting things done. So Aquarius does have this aspect where you need to think ahead, where you need to have your long-term visions and goals set up and in contact with. And of course, like every other sign in the zodiac, Aquarius has a shadow. So one of the strongest things I want to look at here is potential for coldness and dissociation. And from an evolutionary point of view, people come in with that particular kind of shadow when there is a lot of trauma in a past life, and when there is a need for healing and a need for neutrality and looking at yourself from a neutral perspective. So whenever we're dealing with trauma and psychology, we're dealing with some expression of coldness, disconnection, dissociation. And of course, the other aspect of the Aquarian shadow is the feeling, the general feeling of being an outsider, of not belonging. And that can actually be quite painful. So in order to walk the high road with these qualities and dealing with the shadow, it's always about finding that evolutionary goal of the sign. And here it is really to gather those experiences outside the mainstream, the consensual reality. And we can only do that by truly individuating ourselves, by listening to that inner drummer and following the guidance of our own soul. How to ride the wave with this Aquarius? By starting to ask yourself some questions. So first of all, how authentic do you feel you are? How much do you follow your inner voice and guidance? So these are really two very important questions to find out how you can find and then speak your truth and really find your voice. Especially if you have planets in Aquarius, you really want to look at the bigger picture and ask yourself, what's your bigger plan for your life? Where you want to be in a year, in 5 years, in 20 years. So making long-term plans is a good thing to do for Aquarius because it's ruled by Saturn. And it's also really good to know and remember that for Aquarian people, usually the achievements of their goals, of their focus, of some kind of flowering in their life often happens at least in the second part of their life, at least around the Aquarian planets and qualities, or planets in the 11th house. So, and the reason for that is obviously you have to step into your own originality, into your own individuation, to bring that into the world, to manifest that. And for that, it usually takes a little bit of experience and time to really find your footing with Aquarian energies. So start out by focusing on where you want to go. That is kind of your light tower guiding you along. And I've talked about how the Aquarian archetype, the Aquarian person often feels alienated and alone and lonely maybe. So for Aquarius, especially if you have more than one planet or the sun or the ascendant in Aquarius, it's really important to counterbalance that sense of alienation. And you do that by finding like-minded friends, by finding people who are as colorful and weird and out there as you are, and that you can feel inspired by others and be inspiring. And also that aspect of, I call it, accept the uncontrollable. So especially Aquarius is a sign where it's a lot about change and evolution onto the next level of consciousness. So for that, we have to have an openness of letting go and letting that new dimension really happening in our life. Physically, for Aquarius, it's important to take care for your nervous system. So that's something, because Aquarius is usually so fast in thinking and adapting and going back and forth, because all these different aspects in their mind, that it's important to find ways for balance. So there's a sense you can find peace of mind. You can find that place of being in the zone and not just being pushed around in all those fast, different, changing dimensions. How to ride the wave with health for Aquarius. Uranus as a ruler of Aquarius, they both are very connected with the circulatory system. The blood being pumped through the body, the oxygenation of the body. So all body electrics are Aquarian quality, and of course the nerves. And to stay healthy, as for all the other signs I can never discuss with you, it often takes a new perspective onto your health and reorganize what it takes to stay healthy. So there are four main aspects to it. So there's super nutrition with life and organic foods. There's detoxification through infrared sauna, coffee enemas. These are the most obvious coming to mind. Then there is oxidization, which you can do with hydrogen peroxide, with breathing exercises, and of course exercises, because exercises just keep everything going. And we know that all diseases and physical problems we have can be supported by regular exercise. As an astrologer and jeweler for many years, I've been working with the metaphysical dimensions of gemstones. So as an expert here, I want to give you the gemstone of the month, aquamarine, which relates to the Aquarian energies. And it carries the astrological signature of Uranus, of Moon, of Mercury, and Mars. So if you're interested to hear more about this, I'm gonna make an extra video just about the aquamarine. So if you're a stone lover, you might want to sign up for your subscription so you are in the loop when the video will be up and available for you. I do pay a lot of attention to the lunation cycle. As I said in the beginning, we not only have the sun in Aquarius this month, we also have a new moon in Aquarius, January 30th, and I will send out a reminder when I have that video ready for you. And then the full moon this month will be in Leo, February 14th, so I will cover that with an additional video as well. And the next new moon after that coming up will be in Pisces, February 28th or March 1st, depending where you are. And there will be a video available for that as well. Make sure you sign up for your subscriptions if you want to be kept in the loop and know when all those extra videos will be available. I'm always in favor of paying attention to the journey. So not only being focused on the goal where we want to get, even if that's an important part, but every journey starts with the first step from where we are. And with the Aquarian people, it takes them a little longer to really find out who they are and how they manifest themselves successfully in the world. So I just want to remind you to enjoy the journey and enjoy the energies you want to integrate towards your goals. As I said, if you like to keep informed, you can sign up for my subscription here on YouTube, or you can go to my website and sign up for my newsletter, which will give you a bigger overview and more information about what I'm doing. And there you will also get a free report for your love stone based on your birth chart. So if you love gemstones, that's a nice gift. And please like me and let me know what you think about my stuff. That's always really important for me to hear back from you. Again, this is how you can reach me. I'm living in Hawaii, so my phone number is 808-878-8182. Or you can go to my website, mauiastrologyreading.com. So if you're interested in a personal reading, that's how you can reach me. I have been doing astrology for 35 years, so I have a lot of experience, and I really, really love to do this work because I see again and again how much of a difference it can make in somebody's life to have that kind of high wisdom and evolutionary perspective. So call me and we can do our reading through Skype online, and you can come visit me here on Maui. So as we say here, aloha, and thank you for visiting, and I see you soon.